It feels like everyone is talking about AI. ChatGPT is replacing Google for a lot of people out there. Everybody wants to use AI, but let me ask you something. Do you know the companies that are actually building it? These are going to be the biggest winners when it comes to investing, and I'm going to share those right now. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 must-know AI stocks. These are the companies that don't use AI. These are the ones that make it possible. Let's dive in. First up, Nvidia. You can't talk about AI without first talking about Nvidia. Nvidia makes GPUs, or graphics processing units. These chips help train models like ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, and even Tesla's Autopilot. But Nvidia's real power isn't just in its chips, it's in its software ecosystem called CUDA. Think of CUDA as the basic programming language that developers use when they're making AI. It is the standard language by default for programmers across the world. This creates a moat much bigger than most people realize. If you were to switch away from this ecosystem, this could mean rewriting millions of lines of code. This is one of the key drivers as to why Nvidia has a 90% share of the AI GPU market. Another key to Nvidia has been their founder and CEO, Jensen Huang. He is widely regarded across the industry as one of the grandfathers of AI. He has a keen ability to not look short-term, but the ability to look decades ahead and keep Nvidia ahead of the competition. So you can see why this combination is really hard to beat. They have industry-leading chips, they have a visionary CEO, and they also have the standard programming language across AI. There is no company that is better positioned when it comes to AI than Nvidia. Now, despite all of this dominance, it doesn't mean that Nvidia has zero risk. There can still be tons of supply chain issues. We live in a world of tariffs where export controls can become a thing. Just keep in mind that industry leaders need to stay on top in order to keep that lead against the competition, and everybody wants their spot. Still, for now, Nvidia remains the heartbeat of the AI revolution. They have been an incredible stock, and just 5 years ago, a $1,000 investment would be worth $17,000 today. Next up is AMD. They are the only competition that Nvidia has when it comes to AI chips. They just came out with the MI300 chip that has the sole purpose of trying to steal market share away from Nvidia. And now AMD just landed a massive partnership with OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT. This set the stock flying up 50% in just this last week. This partnership is huge for 2 reasons. One, it shows that OpenAI is open to working with multiple partners outside of just Nvidia. And second, which is a huge positive for AMD, it shows that their chips are very legit and considered competition to Nvidia, which should open up more partnerships for AMD in the future. Beyond that, AMD has a very successful CEO, Lisa Su, that has made AI the top priority for the company. They acquired a company called Xilinx, which creates very adaptive chips that can be customized for specific tasks within AI. This is something that not even Nvidia has and is a true advantage for their company. And here's the opportunity that AMD has. If they can capture just 10% of Nvidia's GPU market, this would mean billions of extra dollars of incremental revenue. So what's the challenge for AMD? It's really breaking through Nvidia's ecosystem. Again, CUDA is the industry standard when it comes to programming language. Moving away from this would incur millions of dollars of cost for companies to switch. However, we continue to see them partnering with more companies like OpenAI and the other big tech giants. They have pretty much solidified themselves as the number 2 player when it comes to the powerhouse that is AI. Now it's time to move into some companies that you probably haven't even heard of. We're going to start off first with TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. They are the world's leading manufacturer of computer chips, and not just AI chips, but chips across the board. They produce nearly every high-end chip used by Nvidia, AMD, and even other companies like Apple. Think of them as the factory behind the scenes when it comes to manufacturing. Think about it this way. Without TSMC, there are no GPUs, there is no iPhone, and there certainly is no ChatGPT. They are probably one of the most important companies in the world that most people have never even heard of. The scale of their business is truly massive. They manufacture over 60% of the world's chips. They also have a multi-year lead when it comes to technology in manufacturing the really small chips that are used that power AI. These are over big-time companies like Intel and Samsung. What's wild is that most of their production is done in just one facility, in Taiwan. This makes their company extremely critical for global stability, as China often considers the territory of Taiwan as part of their own country. To help reduce risk, they are investing billions of dollars for additional locations outside of Taiwan. For example, they have locations in Arizona and Japan that helps them solidify their supply chain and make sure that they're not just focused within Taiwan. So whether chips come from AMD or they come from Nvidia, they're coming from one supplier, and that's TSMC. This makes them one of the most important companies in the whole world and are one of my favorite ways to play AI. Another up-and-coming company that most people have not heard of is CoreWeave. They are the fastest growing AI infrastructure company that's out there. CoreWeave started out as just a small crypto mining company back in 2017. But when crypto saw very heavy declines, they decided to pivot their business away from crypto mining and into AI cloud infrastructure. Today, CoreWeave rents out thousands of Nvidia GPUs to companies to allow them to train their AI models using these GPUs. They do it at a faster and more efficient rate than even the big players can do. And we're talking Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. This advantage has made them a huge favorite among startups, as well as other Fortune 500 companies that are in need of extra AI processing power. This demand has caused them to explode in value. CoreWeave is now valued at around $60 billion, and their investors include massive names, even including Nvidia. Nvidia even credits CoreWeave with helping accelerate AI workload adoption across the world. What's so exciting about this is that CoreWeave also represents what the next generation of cloud infrastructure could be. Super focused on one thing, and that's making AI faster and better. So CoreWeave doesn't make the chips, it maximizes their potential. And this makes them one of the most exciting and fascinating players in the AI boom. So while Nvidia and AMD help the chips think, Broadcom allows them to talk. Think of all the trillions of data that's getting transferred between the chips. Broadcom is responsible for making those components. Their high-performance networking chips are used by the biggest players in the industry. Think Amazon, Meta, Google, Microsoft. All of these major companies are using their components to make sure their AI models are running as fast as possible. Broadcom is also quietly designing custom AI chips for their enterprise clients. These allow their clients to have custom tailored chips that work specifically to their own model instead of a generic version. Broadcom isn't driven on AI hype. It's driven on steady cash flow, massive clients, and a fantastic balance sheet, unlike a lot of companies within tech. And just like AMD, they just announced a massive partnership with OpenAI. This was on top of already good news coming out that they had a mystery buyer for almost $10 billion worth of orders. This continues to really drive momentum and the stock keeps going up. So while a lot of the AI investors keep looking for that next rocket ship, think about Broadcom as the plumbing and all of the behind the scenes talking that's going on to make sure that these connected systems work. It's definitely not a headline maker, but it could be one of the most dependable AI plays that's out there. So there you have it, 5 must-know stocks when it comes to AI and investing. First off, it was Nvidia, the king of AI chips. Number 2 was AMD, the clear number 2 challenger when it comes to chips. Number 3, TSMC, the world's manufacturer when it comes to AI chips. And number 4 is CoreWeave, the company that's redefining the way that companies go about thinking about the AI cloud. And then finally, Broadcom, the plumbing behind the scenes that allows AI technology to talk to each other. These are the key companies when it comes to AI infrastructure. And when there's a major breakthrough in the future, you can count on it that one of these companies is going to be involved. And here's the best part of all of this. You don't have to guess what the next ChatGPT is. You can bet on the infrastructure that is going to build it. If you learned something today, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel to make sure you don't miss out on any of my future videos. If you have more interest in learning more about stocks and investing, be sure to check out one of the linked videos above. Finally, if you have a favorite stock that you want the world to know when it comes to AI, leave a comment below. I can't wait to hear what you think. Till next time, thanks for watching. We'll see you then.